Doctor. Reverend.
Good morning and welcome to ASI's Tuesday Morning Show, where ASI's most outspoken editors talk promo products. I'm Melinda Lagos, editor-in-chief of ASI's magazines. We have some new fine feathered friends in here this morning.
Feathered?
Fine feathered.
Yeah, case in point. We're going to talk a lot about marketing today, so we brought in two of the best marketing gurus I know, Rob Watson.
Yeah, I know Melinda Lagos.
Yes, Rob Watson, VP of Marketing at ASI, and Jake Kralik. What's your title? Creative Guru?
Guru. I just want to be called
Marketing
Guru from now on.
At ASI. So you guys are joining us today. Thank you, and we're inviting people to call in. They can talk to you if they call in.
Great.
215-953-4979. Today's call-in topic is say bye-bye to stale marketing. So if someone wants to say bye-bye to their stale marketing, they should
Bye-bye, stale marketing.
get advice from you guys.
Hello, fun marketing.
So we're going to talk marketing today. Cost 215-953-4979. Joe, if we put you on the air today, what are we going to give you? Champagne?
No. This is for us. We've got the fabulous ASI Radio prize pack, which includes, Andy, the 5-in-1 charger buddy, the ASI Radio Show chocolate, the cord untangler, and we've got the phone wallet. Plus, we still have some drinkware. We'll throw that in there, too.
Drinkware. Why
some
not?
hand fans, and some finger puppets.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And the $25 Visa gift card. That's for the best radio caller.
The best radio caller today.
Or Facebooker.
Gets a $25 Visa gift card.
Voted on by Andy Cohen.
Facebooker?
Booker. Facebooker.
All right. We've got a lot of other things on tap today, don't we, Joe?
We certainly do. We have 5 tools.
Joe caught off guard.
5 tools to use to retain top employees. We're also going to look at the open office concept. Is this trend destroying the workplace? It's a very interesting article. We're going to hear from our friend, Julie Smith. She's going to talk about points-based awards program as employee recognition. We also have big mistakes you can make as a leader. We have our favorite things, but let's start this whole show off with the industry news in 60 seconds. Andy.
All right, thank you, Joe. We begin this morning with shipping news. Negotiators for dock workers and shipping companies have agreed to a tentative deal ending a 9-month dispute that clogged cargo at 29 West Coast ports. The ports can now untangle the backlog of deliveries that have been unable to come into the U.S. It's a process that's expected to take up to 2 months. Top 40 distributor news now. 4imprint Group, the UK-based parent company of Top 40 distributor 4imprint, has announced that Kevin Lyons-Tarr will take over as CEO of the organization, effective as of March 31. John Poulter, who had been CEO of the company, will now become non-executive chairman of the board. Some good news now for distributors. Corporate marketing budgets are expected to increase an average of 8.7% this year, according to a new survey from Duke University and the American Marketing Association. Chief marketing officers said they're the most optimistic they've been at any point in the past 6 years. General economic news now. A new survey shows that small businesses are preparing to increase their hiring. 28% of owners plan to hire a new salesperson this year, while nearly a quarter are interested in adding administrative staffers. Last year, only 19% plan to hire a sales rep. And finally, make sure to check out the latest episode of The Joe Show and program today. Joe, what is hot for today?
Andy, I think we're going to run a best of.
That's correct. We do have a best of.
Best of.
That's right.
All
Do
right.
all that and so
impressive.
much more in program today.
Today on As the World Turns.
All right. We're going to take your calls right now. We're going to talk about marketing efforts or how to freshen up your marketing efforts.
Marketing efforts gone wrong.
Well, I was going to say gone stale.
We
But,
could talk about that, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have lots to say about that.
I do have some samples.
Give us a call, 215-953-4979, if you have questions or comments about your marketing efforts. On line 1, we have Adam. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
Adam, what's your question today?
Yeah, I actually have 2 questions.
Okay.
The first question is that my church is undergoing a fundraiser for a new building. I am so new in the business of distributorship of promotional products. So I want to see how can I approach them and what type of product can I recommend for them for this fundraiser.
For a fundraiser?
Question number 2.
Yes, I'm sorry, it's a school fundraiser?
No, it's a church fundraiser.
Church fundraiser.
Church fundraiser. Oh, okay. Well, I think you need to talk to Joe Haley from the Joe Show. Joe, church fundraisers.
Church fundraisers, you know, I would think of some of the things that we have here on the show. Chocolates is nice, you know. Fundraiser, I think that the product you want to give is going to be as a thank you and an appreciation for some type of donation. So I think that if something's chocolate with the church logo on it, also with the church schedule on it as well, I think would be appreciated. I think that, you know, any other products like T-shirts, caps, sweatshirts, you know, a lot of these churches have sports organizations, have youth organizations, and the kids want to wear that logo. My kids went to parochial school. They had sweatshirts with the logo on it because of the sports that they played there. So those types of things will work. The other thing I would look at is gathering stuff up to have gift baskets that can be raffled off for this fundraiser. If you get some of the local businesses that might be tied into the church to donate some of the stuff, and it could be logo products, put in that gift basket, you can raise more money by raffling that off.
Also, I think you asked how you approach them, too. I would say on that side, I think that if it's a larger church, that, you know, you produce something maybe out of ESP or you produce some sort of presentation. If it's a smaller church group, I think you should actually go into the church, and I think it's a little bit warmer if you maybe sit in on a service, maybe set up time to kind of get a feel for what the people are like that are in there. I don't know. Do you know the congregation well?
Oh, yeah, that's my church.
It is your church.
Oh, that's good.
Great. So you already have an in then. You may want to do something personal then, referencing some of the members in the church, using pictures from things that have been in the past to help showcase why those items would be good. I think Joe's items are great.
And what about samples?
Samples are wonderful. People love them, and you can test market with the group.
And also consider the community. I mean, the community, most churches love to get out into the middle of the community, drive more traffic and more people within the church to get involved, if not in the regular services, but in just the community efforts that the church is doing, whether it's car washes and bake sales to raise money for certain things. You know, you'll often find that people feel more compelled to contribute or to donate to those church organizations, particularly if they're part of the community.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to take pictures then if they end up going with you, so you can use it for other churches and fundraisers. You can show examples of what's worked.
Well, good luck, Adam. I hope that gives you some ideas. Why don't you call us back in a month or two and tell us how it's going?
We surely do. Question number 2.
Okay.
Oh, question number 2. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I'm a new person into this promotional business. Do you guys have anybody that has been a distributor for long that can be a mentor or that I can get mentorship advice from? Because I work full-time now, and I'm trying to see how best I can navigate my way through to where this might be my primary source of income.
So, Adam, the first thing I would do is find out what your regional association is. Contact them, find out when their meetings are, when their networking events are. People in this industry, what I find, are very helpful to each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of great mentors.
Yeah, a lot of great. So I would start there at your local regional association. I would also look at, you know, possibly going to one of the ASI shows. Trade shows are a great way. There's a lot of networking events there. You'll meet people there. There's a lot of education there. You can meet people as well. But I would say
ASI's Facebook page. Social media is a great way to connect with people. There's, you know, thousands of distributors on there. That's a good way.
We also have quite a good LinkedIn group going too. You could check in there and post the question if you're looking for a mentor, and I bet you would have a few people that would chime back in.
Do we know where Adam's from? Adam, where are you from?
I'm in Austin, Texas, and I was in Dallas show.
Okay, great. Well, that's in Texas. We're about to announce in our Advantages Magazine Regional Sales Report is the #1 fastest growing state for promotional product sales.
Oh, so you're in a great place.
You're in a great area. Congratulations. Well, good luck, Adam, and thanks for your call.
Thank you.
On line 2, we have Stephanie, who has a marketing question. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, guys. All right, so my question is, I've tried making social media part of my marketing mix. It just doesn't really seem to be getting any traction. So my question is whether or not I should just abandon it, because I don't want to waste my time on something that's not really going to help my business.
And what are you trying? What mediums are you using?
I've got Facebook and Twitter going, sort of.
So I think the first question is where are your clients? If you're on Facebook and Twitter and your clients are all on LinkedIn, you're in the wrong social media. You need to hop over to LinkedIn. You got to find out where your clients are hanging out, and then you'll be able to better connect with them. Or find out where those potential clients are. If the potential clients are on Facebook, then stay there. But don't sell. Don't sell. You want to show your creativity,
That's
but
right.
you don't want any hard selling.
Also, get to know your clients. If they are on social media, start to get some insight on who they are, what they like to do, their hobbies, the activities that they do. So when you go to your next sales call with them, you're able to bring up some of that information and start a conversation.
Yeah, Jake, you did a really great class last year. You're still doing it on social media at the shows, and it's more how you can, besides posting your own stuff, you can gather a lot of great client intel by checking out their
Collect
stuff.
information. Depends on what type of person you are too. Maybe you communicate with your clients regularly. You don't need social media to communicate with them, but maybe you need social media to find new clients.
It's also a way to find information on not just specific clients or competitors, but the market in general, the markets that you're trying to serve. I wouldn't abandon it. It's too valuable today as far as an information resource to abandon. So, are you finding direct clients because of your time on social media? It sounds like you're not. However, there's information for your business to be gleaned there that I wouldn't just leave. I think if you are abandoning social media today, then you're leaving a venue that provides an outlet to clients, but also to information that you wouldn't otherwise have.
Right.
The other thing, this isn't the Field of Dreams. It's not if you build it, they will come. You actually have to be active
like
there.
the Field of Dreams
How about that?
reference.
I write for a living. Don't try that at home. Anyway, but you really have to be active in it. You have to, if you're going to be on Twitter, you have to tweet. You have to tweet. You got to find that time every morning to tweet. If you're on Facebook, you've got to be on that too. It's like Jay said, you got to be monitoring, see what's happening on. Start those conversations with your client, but you just can't build it and let it stay, static.
I have a challenge for you.
Ooh.
Next week and the week after and the week after that, each week, once a week, post an event photo that shows people having fun with the products that you put into that event, and at the bottom of it say the event name and the product that you gave, and ask for pose a question out to all the other followers that you have saying, what other types of products would you like to see at this kind of an event? And you'll start a conversation.
Right. Yeah, look at the opportunities where you yourself are a social media user. You go on Facebook, you go on Twitter. What are the things that you like to engage with? And look at the things that you typically will interact with and consider how you can put your business in that same situation.
Right. And often it is a photo.
Without a doubt. Photo or a quick question, some type of engagement that really starts the conversation going. And I think that's one of the easiest ways to do it. But again, to echo off of Joe, you can't be salesy on there because people are just not going to interact. You're going to really turn some people away.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, well, Stephanie, hope that gives you some great ideas. Thanks for calling today. And on line 1, we have a frequent caller from California. Anyone want to guess what his name is?
Stanley.
Stanley. Good morning, Stanley.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you guys?
Good,
well,
thanks.
I noticed you've got a ringer now. You got the new great voice in Melinda's old chair.
Who's that?
Who's
Is
that,
that me? Thanks.
Well,
Stanley.
when Rob got on the radio.
Oh,
it's
it's Rob.
Rob, you do have a voice made from radio. Say something.
Say something. Good morning, Stanley.
I could try to.
So, Stanley, what's your question today or comment?
Well, my question kind of piggybacks on the other woman's question, and that is when it comes to all these social media outlets. Joe said it right. Unless you keep the conversation going, it's almost like you're leaving people hanging. And what we're having a challenge is to see which social networks are proving to be worthwhile. I was going to ask you specifically about what you thought of this Pinterest. I really don't know much about it, but what do you think of Pinterest as an outlet to put pictures up? And is that a good one? Does it do anything? What can you tell me about it?
I think it goes back to what Jake is saying is where are your customers? Because, there's Instagram, too, is a great one for photos. but it's, I mean, doesn't it really depend on?
I would say there's probably others that are more valuable today than Pinterest as far as where your clients are. I'm not sure there's too many businesses that are really doing a whole lot on Pinterest just yet. Business that are consumer
Instagram
oriented.
is growing a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be kind of a teenage.
Depends on how you use
thing, and-
Pinterest too.
Yeah.
I think Pinterest is a good storage spot. Remember, I said something to the other client about putting event photos up. Stanley, if you sell consistently to churches or to hospitals or to schools or to someone or to some site type of an event, and you're selling product lines to these events over and over again, Pinterest is a good storage spot to showcase the event and the types of products that go in, throwing some testimonials in there, and then instead of looking for organic traffic to come into Pinterest, use Pinterest to push out to new clients.
That's right.
To showcase like a whole grouping of products for one event, and it has a lot of merit there. But I agree, you know, the traffic that's on there is more towards a sector of crafters and of
Recipes. It's a
of
lot.
It's
I have
consumer.
a lot
home
of
decor,
my
stuff, things like that.
female
consumers.
friends.
Yeah.
But you know, it's really good for I use it like almost as a storyboard. I mean, you have an
Yes.
idea
It's an
center of, let's
idea.
say, you know, a certain market. I'm trying to get into the education market or the healthcare market. I put some products and some ideas on the central space, and I use it as a storage locker. But then I will link it on my Facebook page, my Twitter page, LinkedIn, and then draw people there because that is where I can centrally get these people where I want them to go,
Yeah.
where they can see the
Yeah,
products.
it's an easy way to put a collection.
Yeah,
together,
so I think
right.
it has merit, but again, I think everyone's collectively saying the same thing. It's
Yeah.
not hugely trafficked by
Yeah,
many
people,
of
you
my
don't
customers.
expect people to stumble
No,
on it themselves.
no, but I can get them there.
That's a good point. All right, Stanley. Well, I hope that answers your question. Have a great day.
No, I actually appreciate it because what Rob just said about using it like a storage locker, and that way you're prepared, because that's what usually happens. You're not prepared, and then you let the day go by and you put it off. So maybe this is a good way to kind of use it as a kind of like a staging area, and then as you get all your pictures ready, you push them out to this one, you push them out to LinkedIn, you push them out to your clients. And I like the idea of taking pictures of the events, because we do a lot of events, and it's great to. I didn't even think about cataloging that and taking pictures of that. So thank you.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, people like looking at pictures. I know we talked
Yes.
about this before, but if you look at news sites, even CNN, or I mean, certainly like Mashable or things like that, I mean, it's the picture that's big.
Yeah,
it's not
and it
the
is
copy.
that resource is a far better way to group pictures and create different niches for those pictures than Facebook or Twitter.
don't forget moving pictures either.
Yes, videos.
moving pictures.
All right, on line 4 we have David. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Good. Already got a lot of great tips from just listening in so far, but I'll ask my question anyway. As far as my marketing efforts go, I've mostly done self-promotions to existing customers over the past couple of years. But I want to add to that and kind of expand, and I'm looking for what your top tips and ideas on that might be.
Sure. So I'll say that if you're looking for a promotional item or something that you can give away to attract some new customers, is that what you're looking for?
That could potentially be one of the things, but maybe some newer age strategies, if you will.
Sure. Well, I think that there's nothing better in terms of attracting new clients in a space where we're in a tangible environment with real products that you can touch and feel, and something that's going to make you memorable. And I think at this point, even trying to go back a step and do some type of direct mail piece is going to make yourself memorable. Think about the packaging. Think about something that's really going to stand you apart from the rest. Of when that mailman comes into the building, that piece of mail that you have is uniquely shaped, so it ultimately must go on the top. Something that's dynamic and memorable, and the products that are inside are something that's engaging and memorable. Last time that I was here on the radio show, there was an idea of a self-promo that was given out and that we featured, which was the Chinese. It was around the holidays. It was the Chinese kit that had a lot of information, and it was a lot of products, and it was built around the Christmas story. Where they went out to the Chinese restaurant.
Right.
But it was done at a great time of the year. It sort of had a humorous play on it, but it was memorable, it was fun, and it had some great products in it. So I would really go back to some direct mail strategies and try to get yourself out there and in the minds of your customers.
Well, thanks for calling, David. Have a great day. And we have another caller on line 5, Joyce. Good morning, Joyce.
I think she's for a different segment.
Oh, okay, great. All right.
We did have a good question on our Facebook page, though, on this topic, which I think we should address. Bonnie Johnson wrote that an important aspect of being a local business is our community involvement. We think it's important to let our clients and potential clients know they're dealing with a company that cares about our neighbors. So what are some creative ways to share this part of our culture with our clients? So essentially, like we were talking about before, Rob, talking about your involvement in the community as far as churches are concerned, but how else do you think companies can stress their community involvement in their marketing efforts?
Good PR. I mean, the message behind your marketing is only as good as the reputation behind your brand, which is good public relations. How can you get yourself out there, and how can the company really be an impactful part of the community? And once that reputation is out there, your marketing efforts are heard much more loudly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would echo that, and I would say, like Jake was saying before, anytime you're doing anything in the community, take pictures and make sure you're posting them to your website, posting them to any of the social media outlets that your company is in, and show that you're as involved in the community as any company out there. And, what you did for that event, if you provided products or even if you helped to plan the event, stress that, and like Rob said, make it a big PR effort.
Local sports organization I'm involved with, we get sponsorship from a local car dealership, and they say we want to help you, so they give us equipment and stuff, and all logo with their logo. We take pictures for them. They blast it out to all the local media. They also put it on their Facebook page. They put it on their website. They really let everyone in the community know that they're helping this organization. So,
all right. Well, good topic today. We're going to shift gears for a moment, and we have our friend Joy Smith from Partners for Incentives on the line. Joe, she is going to talk today about points-based awards programs as employee recognition.
She is, and that's one of the things. It's like I've heard this topic come up from time to time at trade shows and stuff. Distributors talk about that, but I'm a little, fuzzy about exactly how it works. So, Joy, that's one of the things I want to ask you. What is a points-based award program for company recognitions, and how do distributors get involved with this with their clients?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on today, and hope everyone's doing well this fine Tuesday morning. Last week we touched briefly on the service awards, and this is one of the most simple, easiest for a distributor to get their feet wet and program selling. However, years of service program does not measure employee performance or their engagement in corporate initiatives from 5 years to 10 years. It's just a milestone to say, hey, thanks. Where we see a growing trend in the industry is that many of these years of service programs, these corporations are coming to distributors and saying, well, the years of service program's great. We want to start incorporating corporate initiatives and awarding people points based on their performance in addition to years of service programs, in addition to the years of service or birthdays, et cetera. First and foremost, I think it's important for everyone to know that it's just not large corporations that are running these. This could be any size company from 50 to 100 employees up to thousands of employees. It could also, is not industry specific. I mean, as far as we see programs being run in banking to manufacturing, trucking to call centers, insurance companies, so it's just not industry specific, and it's just not for large corporations. Some of the corporate initiatives, the commonality that we see with these programs, corporations in addition, they want to give points out for, of course, still for the milestones of 5 years, 10 years, et cetera. Also, they're incorporating teamwork, going above and beyond. Wellness, that's a real hot topic right now. Cost savings, customer service, training, ongoing training. And for a distributor and a client, many times the mystery is, well, how do we assign point values to these type of corporate initiatives? And what we would recommend that they do is that the distributor sit down with a client and say, what is the value for budgetary and planning purposes? What's the value that you want to place on each one of these initiatives? What's it worth to the corporation to stop smoking, to give me a cost savings idea, to work over? What is that to give me an innovative idea? What's that worth to the corporation that they'd be willing to award that employee monetarily? And then from there, basically, I would recommend that a distributor contact a reputable incentive and recognition company. They can work with them as far as best practices of taking that monetary value that we've assigned to each initiative and, based on best practices, assign a point value and help them in the structuring, the administration, and program planning.
So
Go ahead.
Joy, traditionally, do the points have to reach a plateau before an employee can cash in, or is there a catalog or a company store that they can pick from a variety of different logoed products? Like, say you get 25 points, I can now get a fleece. If I get 15 points, I can get a cap.
Well, many of these programs are incorporating some branded items, but basically they're including lifestyle items to motivate and engage the employee into what's in it for me. And so if these points are being added up through, I've got years of service points, I went above and beyond, I was recognized for Employee of the Month and got 10,000 points, these are all being tracked and kept into an employee's point bank, and then they can go on at any time base as long as they have enough points and redeem for that branded fleece. In addition, for the bike for their child or for the new television set that keeps them engaged and motivated in the program.
Great. Well, Joyce, thank you for calling in again. We'll hear from you in a few weeks, and that was Joyce Smith.
All right, thank you.
I think as the job market heats up, employee retention is going to continue to be a really important thing.
It is. Recognition is
and,
important.
she's right. The service awards, 5-year, 10-year. Well, okay,
Yeah.
what about, statistics I've seen show that an employee is most likely to leave a company during years 1 through 5. And if you're waiting until 5 years to give
That's
them
a
an
good
award,
point.
then there's an issue, a problem there, I think. Rob, you have some more tools and tricks to retain top employees.
Yeah,
What are they?
I think employee retention is huge these years, especially when you look at most of the, I'd say 40% of most businesses' costs are people costs.
Sure.
And so every time someone, goes through the door and someone else comes back in, you've got to retrain. So, let's look at some opportunities to kind of retain some of the people that we have. But most importantly, it's all about making sure that you have an environment that sustains a lot of learning and growth within the organization. As managers, we always assume that we know better than anyone, but you've got to put in some programs and some sort of insight that allows your employees to sort of be more independent. So if you're micromanaging your employees with every little thing that you want them to do, then they're never going to learn. They're always going to be coming to you for the answer. And so you must make sure that, item number one is really just encourage the learning. So get the teams involved, have a mindset. Some of the things that we do is offer training and mentorship, regular employee reviews, just to make sure that we do that. And then also, create the team, natural connections form, and then deepen almost when we make mistakes. And so if we repeatedly make mistakes, allow the employee to find the resolve as opposed to solving the problems for them, because they learn to work collaboratively with each other. Also develop trust with your employees. If they sort of make a mistake, then trust that they are going to find the right answer. Help keep them on track, but don't always be the first person to micromanage a situation and get them back on track. Positive feedback and praise is always very good, but one of the biggest and one that I think that's most important is that don't praise the behavior. Do praise the behavior, but not the action. So, for example, if I say, Melinda, you did a great job on this report, and I want you to continue to drive sales this way. That's the result of it. I want to praise the behavior. Melinda, I really like how you got all the departments involved,
right,
and how you created a collaborative environment, and that you managed a great outcome, and the decision was there, because I'm putting all the ownership on you, and that in the future you're going to be able to do that as well. Not only are we able to retain customers, but as managers, you'll start to have that vacation you've always wanted, because people aren't going to be calling and emailing you the moment you walk out of the door, because you've got to solve all these problems and answers. Be a good leader and understand that retaining your employees is so important that it's good for your own lifestyle as well.
I also think part of that is the with not micromanaging, is allowing people to make mistakes,
without
and
a doubt,
take risks and do their jobs in the way that you may not do it, but might get to an even better result in the end.
Give them the goal. Give them the end goal, and and make them. It require your employees to still have that ownership,
right,
and then keep you up to date on a weekly basis of how you're progressing to that goal. But again, if you're not going to allow them to make mistakes, they'll never learn.
Yeah.
Be a good soccer.
All right,
coach.
those are
Thank you. A
those
good
are
soccer
good points.
coach.
And we're
Screw the
going to put
football,
some
right?
of those tips online. Didn't you play football?
Well,
in high
Melinda
school?
told everyone at ASI Dallas I played football, and in fact I had, and I was the quarterback. I think is what you told
And
everyone.
apparently
And I
people
got quite a
believed
few
me.
people at ASI Dallas that
They
asked me.
confused you with Troy Aikman.
They did. It happens often, but that's okay. He's a little taller than I am, right, Joe?
Yeah, he's a little taller than I
about
am.
6'5".
I still got a crick in my neck.
All right. Thank you, Rob. We're going to put some of those tips online at asicentral.com/radio. We have just enough time in the show to talk about some of our favorite products of the week. Andy, take it away.
All right, so it's like -2 degrees outside, but I'm thinking of those times when you could have a nice cold ice mug for those great tailgates. So this is a
This
12-ounce.
doesn't seem weather appropriate.
It's
This
not
item.
weather appropriate, but it's what I'm dreaming of, because if this weather doesn't end soon, I might just lose it. Anyway, this is a 12-ounce ice mug. You put it in the freezer, and it keeps all drinks cold as soon as you take it out. So check it out. It's a great tailgating accessory. It's from Web Company, which is ASI 95838.
All right. Well, apparently the weather's driven Joe to drink because he's got alcohol. Here
Okay,
today.
check. This is an etched bottle of 24
What are
carat.
there's something in it.
That's gold flex. So I do
Ah.
this and check it out. It's got a flashing light. Isn't that festive?
That's
Imagine
festive.
that, a celebration at a
That's
wedding, going to a
festive.
table and everyone has this on their table, flashing light. So you can get this from A Plus Wine Designs.
I like
That's ASI 30223. Find them online at www.apluswinedesigns.com.
Is that like when you do shots of like Goldschlager? Is that
Yeah.
the same
That's what
kind
I
of
said.
gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You,
exactly
you
what I
drink
said.
the gold flakes, but
Yeah.
I think it adds a little bit of fun to the festivities.
It does.
That is fun.
Jake, why don't you bring up the rear today?
my
This is a
Wow.
perfect Jake
I
product.
made the
My product is a
our tech people
snowboard.
laugh.
and that it's a snowboard that you can write on and wipe off the surface.
Ooh,
it's
like a
chalk.
chalkboard.
It's like a chalk snowboard for restaurants, bars. Great for promotions.
Oh, that's cool.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
from
Oh, you can't
MBS.
really snowboard. it.
MBS promo boards, ASI 40712, and yes, MBS promo boards. Every board they make, you actually can ride on.
That is so cool.
It
Yeah.
can really.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Very
because
cool.
I've stopped in at their booth before. They make
Yeah.
skis,
Wow.
skateboards, snowboards.
There's something for everyone
There is.
in the promotional products industry. And there you have it.
All right, and there you have it. And
Well
what a
tied
great
up
way
there,
to
Rob.
wrap up our show. Thanks for listening today. Everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you again next week. Same time, same place.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.